it's important that children have that sense of belonging really early on in their life. And that way they never have to go through this healing journey of trying to find where they belong and find belonging in places that maybe are not ideal. Indigenous specific childcare is perfectly situated to encourage language and cultural revitalization.
I found myself in the Squamish language immersion program, sitting amongst like family and explaining to people who I was based on who my dad is. And suffice it to say, it changed my life, because nothing grounded me more in the noisiness of Vancouver. Nothing quieted that noise more than the sounds of my own language. And it grounded me there in the territory, knowing that that's where I come from.
Skad uyu chat du asauk autumn jewels glek kachenach dakla sha ayachat kleka ka dagun tauk akatagu nashada honey techun judu sagun late Doug Smart Senior glek kachenach goch nach sa isati desin singa council ye jane deslin dach ye chat yati ach kla kagane yudu asauk Connie Jules glek kachenach ach kla ku hlinget ku at latuma chitsati achlif kashtach kla yudu asauk mini Jules glek kachenach achlif du kla ach sai skad u yudu sagun late graphy Jules glek kachenach.
It's been so enriching, and in a conversation about what this country needs, to uphold their relationships to Indigenous people, it is to help reinstate our birthrights, because language revitalization or any form of cultural revitalization isn't just a metaphor, or it's not something we do because of this or that. It's not romanticizing who we are. It is who we are. It's our legal structures, it's our kinship, it's our plants and our medicines, our way of relating to each other, it's our weaving, it's our art, it's everything. The language holds all of that together in a web. Our notions of gender and sexuality and disrupting binaries, it's all there in the language.
I remember getting to this program, and there was a lot of us that were like, oh, I thought I would be really out of place, because I thought other people were going to be more native than I am, just meaning these people super intense into their culture and traditions, which there were, which is not wasn't a big deal or anything. It was just a part of who they were, and they were so proud and confident in who they were as well. But then you also had a lot of us who knew nothing about their culture, knew the bare minimum and stuff, and that was also kind of a shock. That was oh, whoa, there are actually communities across Canada that are super proud of who they are, their culture and their language and stuff like that. There are a lot of traditional language speakers there, which is pretty cool. So that was at 18, and that's when I first discovered and realized that my culture isn't something to be ashamed of or to hide.
Revitalization of language and culture is at the utmost importance. It not only heals the individual who learns their traditional language and culture, but it heals the community, and it heals the intergenerational trauma that we have suffered through residential school, missing and murdered Indigenous women, and through the 60s scoop.
My success on completing my program was directly due to the support systems I found at the university. The program I took had a lot of First Peoples principles of learning embedded into a lot of its courses, so I kept it relevant. There was also a program called the Solico Community Cousins, which they are Aboriginal student mentorship program. They represent many different cultures from across Canada, and their goal is to lift each other's spirits, recognize and celebrate culture. They kept me happy and kept me focused on my studies.
Investment in any aspect of revitalization that our communities are doing is integral, and of course for me, language is so important, and it is worth investing in. And when you see people that speak their language, it's not just the work that they've done, but it is thousands of people before them, all connected through kinship and blood and sweat that was put into each and every single word that's spoken.